Hello, grade 4, how are you? Today we're gonna start chapter 12, lesson 1. Okay, this is called World Regions. Okay, listen, guys, before I start teaching you this lesson, I want to introduce this part. Here, guys, we have physical features and human features. What the meaning of physical features and human features? Physical features means the things that are naturally found on Earth. Things that are naturally found on Earth. It means that people cannot make it, okay? Like what? Like number one, the landforms. So the types of the physical features, number one, landforms. What the meaning of landforms? Anything that stick to land, right? Like, for example, mountains. Mountains are landforms. Plains are landforms. Hills, plateaus, valleys, all of these things are landforms. And all of these landforms, the valleys, plateaus, hills, plains, mountains, all of these landforms are physical feature because they are naturally found on Earth. Can people make mountains? Of course, no. Can people make plains, hills, plateaus, valleys? Of course, no. So, because that they are related to the physical features. Okay. The second type of physical features is vegetation or plants. Vegetation or plants. So, vegetation, this word means plants. Also, plants are physical features because plants are naturally found on Earth. We have a soil and we have water of rains, so we can get plants. Okay. After that, the third type is climate. Climate also is physical feature. Okay. Here is we have three kinds of climate, or these are the most important kinds of climates. We have Arctic climate, we have tropical climate, we have rainforest climate. The Arctic climate, guys, is cold. When I say this region is Arctic region, okay, it means that it's very cold. When I say tropical region, it means that it has farming. When I say it's rainforest region, it means that it gets too much rain. So all of these, when I say physical features means things that naturally found on Earth, like what? Like landforms, like vegetation, like climate. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, what about human features? No, human features from its name, anything related to people. Okay, like language, of course, language of people, not language of the mountains, for example, like religion of people, like culture of people. Okay, okay. Why I give you this introduction? Listen, guys, our lesson today is about world regions. And here we have to know how to define a region. How to define a region? Well, the meaning of define a region, it means how to describe a region. Okay? We can say, for example, it's a mountain region. Well, the meaning of mountain region, it means that this region, by the way, means area. Okay, maybe this area a country, maybe this area a continent, maybe this area a city, maybe this area a town, a village. Okay, so when I define any region means when I describe any region. Okay, don't forget that. When I say this region is a mountain region, well, the meaning of that, it means that this region have mountains, okay? This is a plain region. What the meaning of that? It means that this region has plains. It's hills region. It means that this region has hills. It's vegetation region. It means that this region produces a specific kind of plants. This is Arctic region. It means that this region is very cold. This is tropical region. It means that this region have farming. This is rainforest region. It means that this region gets too much rains. Okay? When I say this region is Arabic language region, it means that all people of this region speaks Arabic. This region is Muslim religion or Islam religion region. It means that the people who live in this region, all of them are Muslim. Okay. So here is, guys, we can describe or we can define a region according to its physical features and its human features, okay? And sometimes one region has two features. Sometimes, for example, one region is a mountain region and language region in the same time, okay? For example, like Egypt, okay? When we say Egypt, this is a local example for you. Egypt is a language region. Why? Because all Egyptians speak one language, which is Arabic. Okay, so it's language region. But it's in the same time, okay, tropical region because we have farming in Egypt. It's mountain region because it has mountains. It's, for example, it's a river region because it has rivers, right? It has river, the Nile River. It's a sea or it's coastal region because it has two seas, the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. So sometimes one region have more than one feature, even its physical feature or its a human feature, right? So sometimes we have only one region, okay, but this region include some physical features and human features in the same time. So here is, guys, you have, what did you have to learn? You have to learn how to define a region, okay? So for example, here is your book, right, that when you study the features of the major region in America, you know that we have five main regions in America. Okay, East, West, Midwest. I'm sorry. Yes, East, West, Mid West, South, and Northwest. Okay, these are the regions of America. We know where each region located. Okay, so we can define each region. For example, the Midwest region of America. Okay, so we know that the Midwest, it has the Mississippi River. Okay, so it has farming. Okay, this is number one. It has a tropical climate. Okay, so it has farming too. It has landforms like rivers, like the Mississippi River. So when I ask you about any state in the Midwest region, for example, Wisconsin, Wisconsin is a state in Midwest America because we know the physical features and human features in the Midwest. Okay, so we easily could define the features of Wisconsin. Okay, so because the Midwest has farming, so of course the Wisconsin, okay, state also has farming. So here is, guys, learning about region help you understand more about places. How? For example, we didn't know too much information about Wisconsin, but we know that where is Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin? It's in the Midwest. Yeah, we already know that the Midwest has good farmland. So Wisconsin also has good soil for farming. Okay. So if you define or if you could learn more about the physical features and human features of each region, so you could easily understand the features or the description of this region. Okay. So here is the people, you know, that people define the world in seven continents, and each continent is divided into some countries, and the country itself is divided into regions or into cities, and the city itself is divided into villages and small regions also. So people make this division, okay? Okay, types of region. Here I told you that we can define or say the type of region according to the physical features and the human features. So when I say it's mountain region, what the meaning of that? It means that this region have mountains and the land of this region is rugged. Okay. When I say it's a plain region, it's plains region. Well, the meaning of that, we know that plains is physical feature, and it means that the land of this region is bored and flat. Okay, it's hills region. It means that this region has hills. Okay, when I say, for example, it's a vegetation region, vegetation, I told you that it means plants. Okay, so it means that this region growing a specific kinds of plants. okay? When I say it's Arctic region, okay? It's Arctic region. Yeah, Arctic means when I say it's Arctic region, it means that it's cold region. When I say it's a tropical region, it means that it has farming. When I say it's rainforest region, it means that it receives too much rain, okay? So according to the physical features, I can define or describe any region. Okay, sometimes we could define the region. Okay, we could define, look at this verb, don't forget this verb. Define here means describe. I could define a region according to its physical feature. Okay, according to what? Like the language. So, for example, we could find that Italy, Spain, France, all Portugal, all of these countries speak related language. Okay, so all of these regions have common factor or have common human feature, which is language. When I say, for example, Egypt, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Libya, Syria, Sudan, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Emirates, all of these countries are language region. Yes, why? Because all of these countries speak one language, which is the Arabic language. Okay, sometimes when I say, for example, all of the Arab countries like Egypt, like Syria, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Emirates, all of these countries also are religion regions. Why? Because all of these countries are Muslims. Okay, it has religion of Islam. Sometimes all the European countries, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, Britain, all of these countries also are religion regions. Why? Because all of these countries shared the Christian religion. Okay, so here is, guys, sometimes more than one region shared the same feature. Sometimes more than one region share the same features. I told you, like all the Arab countries shared the same language. All the Arab countries shared the same religion. All European countries shared the same religion too. Okay, sometimes, guys, let's move to the next one. Here is sometimes we could find that the feature of any region can affect on the culture of the region. Again, sometimes we find that one physical feature affect on the culture of the region. How? You know, guys, that the people who live, for example, in Arctic regions, different than the people who live in tropical region, different than the people who live in rainforest region, different than the people who live in mountains region, right? So, for example, if people live in mountain region, it means that no farming in this region, only the land is rugged. Okay, if they live in cold or Arctic regions, what this mean? Okay, in Arctic region, it means that no farming, but they practice other activities like fishing and hunting. Okay, fishing and hunting are the major activities in the Arctic regions. Okay, when I say those people live in rainforest regions, it means that they have too much rains, and also they use the wood of the forest to make many wood products. Okay, and most of their houses are made from wood. Okay, sometimes I told you the climate affect on the culture. Okay, how? For example, India. Okay, India has a warm and wet climate. India has warm and wet climate. Okay, and this warm and wet climate help them to grow rice. And rice, guys, is considered as the most important crop in India. Okay, sometimes they held religious ceremonies to show respect for this plant, for rice. So look how the physical feature affect on the habits and on the culture of people in some regions. I told you, because, for example, because you live in India, because India has a warm and hot climate, so they farm a lot the rice, and they held which activities they held? Religious ceremonies, means festivals or celebrations to show their respect to the rice. Okay. If you live in Arctic region, okay, so it will affect in your activities. You will not farm, but you will practice fishing and hunting. If you live in rainforest region, okay, it means that you will make many wood products. So of course the physical features, okay, affect on the activities and affect on the culture of the people. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next paragraph, and it's the last. Okay, differences with regions. I told you that sometimes we have one region, but it has more than feature. It has more than physical feature and human feature. So, for example, in India, okay, India share the same location and same physical features, okay, but they have different human features. How? Some people, for example, are Hindu, يعني have Hindu religion, and others are Muslims. Okay. Also, some people, all of them live in India, but they speak different dialects. Dialects means the form of the language. You know that in Egypt, for example, all of us speak Arabic, right? But the people who live in coastal cities like Port-Said, Alexandria, speak different Arabic than the people who live in Upper Egypt like Luxor and Aswan, right? They both speak Arabic, but the people who live in North Egypt or in the coastal cities like Alexandria and Port Said have different dialect, means form of language, than the people who live in South Egypt. Both speak Arabic, but with different dialect. Okay? So sometimes you live in one region, but this region have more than one language, have more than one religion. Okay? So as India, I told you, it has Hindu and Muslims. Okay, so they have two religions. For example, here in Egypt, we have Muslims and Christians. Okay, we have two different, not language, but dialect. Okay, so sometimes, for example, you have a mountain region, but this mountain region, okay, have two different language regions. Okay, sometimes a language region but include a mountain region and the plain region. I told you, like Egypt. Egypt is a language region, speak Arabic. But here in Egypt, you could find mountain region like Sharm el-Sheikh. You could find a river region like Cairo. Okay. So it has more than one region. It's one region, but it includes other different kinds of regions. Okay. So in America, for example, if we speak about East America, okay, East America, all of the people have one language and one religion. They are speaking American English, and they all Christian. But it has mountain regions, okay, it has ocean regions because it's located along the Pacific Ocean, okay, it has river region. So sometimes one region include other two features, okay, or three features from the physical features, or the opposite. It's a physical feature, okay, which is mountain region, for example, but it has two different, the people who live in this mountain region speak two different languages, have two different religions, have two different dialects, and so on. Okay, so this is our lesson for today, guys. Please watch the video again and record this note. If you need any question or anything about this lesson, contact me anytime. Thank you, Habibi, and goodbye.